where are the black people when we need them with your help? With the whole Latino thing going on with the cloud document, and that triggered all of the black community. So now there's a bunch of videos saying a bunch of crap against Mexicans. They go, here we go again. The black community is mad because we're asking for their help. Instead of responding in a good way, they're really bashing us, bashing Mexicans. And saying,
I do have something to say first. This is my humble opinion. I think where we go wrong is that we ask for their help, personally. And let me elaborate. I don't think that we as brown people should be asking another race of people to help us. I think if another race of people want to help voluntarily, then that's that. I will not do that. I will not ask black people to help us at all, actually. And what was disrespectful the most was when I saw that over 60% of Latinos voted for Trump.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until last week. I said, what?
Check this out. So you mean to tell me our own community voted mostly for Trump, and we want another race of people to help us? That's why black people are offended. Yeah. It's like I've heard it all the time. Black people themselves tell me, we voted for Kamala. You want our help? You need to convince your people to help you first. So now imagine black people from the outside looking in, 60-something% of Latinos voted for Trump, and here comes the Latinos asking for their help. That's disrespectful, man. Of course. Go ahead, Gina.
And that's what I wanted to touch on, because as I stated before, like in the Afro Latino conversation that we had, I find my community not with Latinos. I am part of the 92% that voted for Kamala. Okay. The reason why we say enough, help yourself, is because the elections really did show us that we were alone.
Yep.
It's the sentiment that we really fight for everybody and nobody fights for us. We're not using our bodies as human shields for people anymore. We saw things for what they really were in the elections. And it was such a perfect storm for Latinos to see themselves as they really are. Because not only would they not vote for Kamala because she is black, they wouldn't vote for her because she's woman. Machismo.
Esas dos cosas.
I'm telling you. Because we uphold white supremacy.
We do.
So I saw that conversation on Facebook, and I wanted to bring it here because they made some interesting points in their live. But yeah, Trump's return to power was fueled by the Latinx community. Definitely. From Cubans to Venezuelans to Puerto Ricans, all of y'all. Trump's support from that community jumped up 14 percentage points. 14 since 2020. It was the highest. Trump's share was the highest for a Republican presidential candidate in exit polls going back to 1970s. The 1970s. See, black folks understood the assignment. We understand the colonizer better than anyone. And we went out there November 5th and we voted for Kamala Harris. And then you guys did not. And now that you are facing the consequences for your community not voting the correct way, you want us to put our bodies on the line for y'all when y'all couldn't even take a pen and put your pen on a piece of paper for us. You want us to fix what you fucked up. You fucked it up. You dropped the ball. So you take your ass out there and you go fucking work. Then y'all come out here with the, we were out here, fighting for George Floyd. Social justice is not transactional, but there are some conditions. You gotta give a fuck about us just like we give a fuck about you. We did what we needed to do. We voted. Y'all didn't vote for us. You guys left us in the wind. What we're not gonna do is sacrifice our bodies. Now we can do other things. Boycotting, shit like that. But we're not going out in the streets and getting arrested and sent off to El Salvador. Are y'all gonna come get us? That's why we are pissed. You guys expect us to work for y'all when y'all didn't even give a shit about us during the elections. The easiest thing you could have did was stood by us November 5th. And y'all chose not to. Black folks can't go out there. We already know what's gonna happen if we do. But at the same time, it's time to clean up your own mess. It's time for y'all to talk to y'all community and find out why the fuck they screwed the entire country. That's what you guys need to do. That's your job, not ours. We already did what we were supposed to do November 5th.
Sure you did. And look at where all you fuckers are at now. Literally. All the Latinos that voted from, this deserves to happen to you guys. You guys are a disgrace to you guys' own community and culture. So for you guys to go ahead and be up here saying that you guys were light-skinned enough, well, apparently you weren't white-skinned enough.
I don't want to hear your cries. I don't want to hear your complaining. I don't want to hear your coulda, shoulda, wouldas, because I don't feel no ways tired. I don't want to hear this is not what I voted for. This is exactly what you voted for. That man let you know time and time again that he don't fool up with black and brown people. And it's sad because you yearning so bad to have proximity to whiteness made you turn a blind eye to the disrespect, made you feel like you were bigger than the program, made you feel like all the insults that he spewed against your people didn't apply to you. So now y'all want to act shocked and appalled because he done called the National Guard, everybody and they mama, to scrape you and your family members off the floor of LA. No better for you.
Over 62% of Latinos voted for Trump. Over 62%. Well, if you guys actually wanted the orange man so bad, why are you complaining right now? You all come here online claiming that black folks are not giving you help, especially in your mass protests against ICE raids and mass deportations. Well, let us remind you, over 92% of black women voted for Kamala Harris. Over 77% of black men voted for Kamala Harris. Well, that shows you that black people actually try to help you back in November 2024. Why do you expect their help now? Now it is you guys actually who are reaping the consequences of what you voted for. You guys went ahead and made a whole song, for Donald Trump. We all remember the song. We all remember that lady that was shouting at the top of her voice, "We love you, Donald Trump." Well, what is happening right now? Why don't you all like what you voted for? Because this is what you wanted. Some of you are claiming that you wanted a better economy. You wanted, border security, you wanted stability, but in real sense you did not want a black woman as president. You voted for hatred, you voted for racism, you wanted to be invited at the table, but well, as far as they're concerned, you are illegal immigrants. Where is that white adjacency taking you right now? Well, they are rounding up your families and mass deporting you back to South America. You should have listened when black folks tried to help you. You should have listened when Democrats tried to help you. There is no point of trying to blame Democrats or black folks. Take matters into your own hands and actually fight to fix your own mistakes. I'm your presenter, Joel Mugisha. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing, like this video, and let's keep the conversation going in the comment section below. Let's take a look at the videos that I have compiled for you. I'll be back with more commentary. Credit belongs to all the creators in this episode. Let's take a look.
I got a question to my Latinos for Trump. How y'all feel today? Do y'all see what's going on in California right now? Do y'all see how voting for Donald Trump didn't give y'all a single brownie point with white uneducated voters? How it did y'all no good. Wearing a MAGA hat, thinking that was gonna put y'all above it all. Now abuela, Dio and Tia and Mijo and Mija, everybody getting sent up out of here. Without an ounce of due process, right along with you. How y'all feel today? Honestly. Y'all did all that Latinos for Trump, we love Trump. Now you're up out of here. Y'all were the deciding factor in all of this. White, uneducated voters were going to vote for Trump no matter what. That was a lost cause. But you people, on the other hand, whole different ball game. This was an open book test, and y'all failed.
I say this with my whole fucking chest, and I'm gonna speak for my entire fucking community. Disrespectfully, if you are Latino and you are supporting what's going on right now, fuck you. I fucking hate you. You're scum. I hope you never see a fucking day of sunshine. I hope your parents literally look at you with such disgust and disappointment, or your grandparents or your great-great-grandparents, whoever the fuck it was who came to this country seeking a better life, for you to turn back on them on everything they have fought for. You are disgusting. You are literally scum. Fuck you. I hate you. And on behalf of my entire fucking community, you are not one of us. You are not like us. You can see your way out of our fucking community. We do not want you. This is fucking crazy. What is happening right now is literally a dictatorship. And the fact that y'all are like, oh, well, it's not my family. Like, we did it right. Like, this and that. Disrespectfully, fuck you.
Latinos for Trump is probably one of the most embarrassing things that you could be. And I know if they find this video, they're going to be in the comment section. Capital letters Trump, American flag emoji, eagle emoji, like it never fails. But they don't like you. They don't like you. You think they do. And I know that something happened in your childhood, right? That, you know, made this entire self-hatred journey begin. right? Maybe you were embarrassed your parents were speaking Spanish. A little kid on the playground said something to you, and it completely changed something within yourself. And okay, but how embarrassing. They're never going to welcome you. No matter how many times you say that you love that person that's sitting in that office, they still think of you in a certain way. And although I find this entire thing disgusting, right, and completely inhumane, there's a part of me, a small part, that hopes a Latino for Trump is taken, detained, put in a jail cell, mistreated. And I know that sounds awful, but it's the fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? Okay.
I was just on a conference call with some Latin groups, and one of them was Latins and Hispanic for Trump. They had the audacity for me to ask me would I make some videos to try to get the black people to come to the Latino side on a protest against Donald Trump and what he's doing to the Latin people in Los Angeles. And now Donald Trump is asking for the governor of California to be arrested. And I'm on the phone, I'm listening to these people. And so one of my friends, what's up, Swole? Are you going to help us? I told him no. I said, you the same person last year mocked me because I was back in Harris. You the same person. You are the same people that voted for this man. Millions of Latin and Hispanics voted for Donald Trump. The black community is not helping y'all. I'm not helping y'all. I'm not protesting. I'm not doing no videos or anything like that. For the Latin community and for the Hispanic community that was backing Donald Trump, this is y'all problem, not our problem. And no, I'm not making any videos for any Hispanic or Latin protests against Donald Trump. Y'all voted for him. He's y'all problem. Y'all go ahead and protest and do whatever y'all got to do. But I'm sorry, black people we're not getting involved with this. You voted for the wrong person. Now live with it.
You mean to tell me that some of these Latino influencers, and I say some because not all, I hope, have not spoken up about what's been going on with innocent immigrants all around the US? Like, how is it that you have a platform with a lot of people supporting you and you guys don't even bother to speak up about what's going on, about the injustices that is going on right now? I'm just trying to understand how some of these Latino influencers got a huge platform and they don't speak up about what's going on. It's really annoying and it pisses me off because a lot of injustice is going on and you guys don't want to talk about it. And I think it's crazy that some of these Latino influencers would rather not talk about what's going on so that they can keep the platform that they have and have the brand deals that they're signed with and they don't lose that. That honestly speaks about your character and about your person, and it really blows my mind that you guys are got famous. I'm gonna need you guys to just call out every single Latino influencer that has not bothered to speak up about what's been going on around the US and give them hell.
I love how all the Latinos for Trump, at least the people who I know and follow on Instagram and know personally, are now radio silent. Radio silent. That now post, you're seeing my post that they're in our city. You're seeing my post about, or other people's posts that they're down the street from where you live. This is what you voted for. What do you mean I voted for him to take out the No, you didn't. You're really dumb if you really thought that's what you were voting for. He stood in front of banners ever since 2015, banners. that said mass deportation now. Instant, he said. He said it was quick. It was going to be do whatever it took. This is what you voted for. This is what you voted for. And you feel good? You went to church on Sunday and still feeling good about yourself? The evil, the terror. This is not propaganda, honey. This is real life. This is what's happening in real time. People are peacefully protesting and being urged into chaos, pushed into it. This is what our proud servicemen and women are supposed to come and now police our streets from exercising First Amendment rights. The math isn't mathing for me. It's not.
Someone asked, how does it feel when you see Latinos get deported? And here's my honest answer. Of course it hurts. I'm human, I'm Hispanic, and I come from a family who has worked hard for generations. But what hurts me more isn't the deportation itself, it's how we got here. It's the adults, not the kids, but the adults who are making the decisions to break the laws, knowing the consequences and still doing it anyway. And yes, I said breaking the law, because whether people like it or not, immigration law is still the law. I just came back to the country yesterday after being out of the country for 10 days. I had to show my passport at least 5 times in order to get on the plane to come back to my country, and at least twice when I landed in my country to get in. Country I was born in, but people are just walking in with no ID, no process, no respect for our system. That's not justice, that's chaos. And to make it worse, the same people that are screaming that want to stay here are waving the flag of countries they've escaped from, all while disrespecting ours. Let me be clear, every single country on this planet enforces borders, every single one of them. Try doing in Mexico what people are doing here. Try waving a foreign flag in Cuba, in Venezuela, in China. You'll be arrested or worse. So yes, while my heart does hurt for kids who are caught in the middle, my anger is at the adults who knowingly put them there. There is a difference between emotional sympathy and legal reality. And I'm not going to apologize for expecting people to come here the right way. That's not hate. That's what it means to value this country and the American safety.
It's happening. I'm starting to see it. I am starting to see Latinos who voted for Trump. And I know that these Latinos voted for Trump because they either announced it on the platforms. I may know them in real life and they told me, or they told someone that I know or someone that is related to me that they were going to vote for this person. I'm starting to see these people finally turn on this man and start to speak out about what's going on in Los Angeles. I'm a little conflicted because there's a side of me that is angry because it's like, dude, like, we've been telling you this was going to happen. Like, we've been telling you play by play that this was going to happen and you didn't believe us. And it kind of felt like you turned your back on your culture and it was very hurtful. Then there's a side of me that's like, okay, maybe this is a step in the right direction. Maybe it's starting to click. It's just a little frustrating that it had to happen this way. Am I the only one that's seeing this? Like, how do you guys feel about that? It's not too late to admit that you were wrong.
I want Hispanic voters to do this for me. Google this. Joe Biden's percentage with Hispanic voters in 2020 versus Kamala Harris' percentage with Hispanic voters in 2024. And you will see exactly what I'm talking about. I grew up in a small town called Barrett Station, Texas, about 20 minutes outside of Houston. I grew up with a bunch of Hispanic people. And for every 5 Hispanics that were legal, there were at least 2 in their family that were illegal. Hispanic men broke for Trump this last time around. They voted for him far more than they did back in 2020 with Joe Biden. Folks, that is a fact. You're not about to get angry at me and black voters for calling y'all out. You knew good and god darn well that your uncle, your father, was probably about to go vote for Donald Trump and probably said nothing. Don't get mad at black voters because we're now saying we ain't got time for this no more. The biggest amount of protesting we could have ever done was cast our vote for Kamala Harris. Telling you guys, don't make this same mistake again and put Donald Trump back in this White House. Donald Trump has been wanting to get rid of Hispanics in this country since he first ran back in 2016. He wanted to build a wall and have y'all pay for it. Now he just wants y'all gone entirely. So don't patronize us and act as if we're talking nonsense. It's the truth. Just go Google that. Do all of yourselves a favor. Since you don't believe what I'm saying, go look it up for yourselves. It's not just your Cubans. It's not just people in Florida and Texas. It's people all across this country, Hispanic people who voted for Donald Trump in your battleground states. Y'all outnumber black people far more. Y'all made the difference. Live with it.
Alright guys, there you have it. Actually, as we have seen in the videos that are compiled for you, Latinos for Trump are pissed. They're blaming Democrats, calling out black folks for not standing with them in their mass protests against ICE raids and mass deportations, especially with what's happening in LA. But this all sounds well and good, but when we come back and rewind, back in November 5th, 2024, black folks were warning you guys. Democrats were warning you guys. They were screaming at the top of their voices on social media platforms, trying to warn you guys, trying to tell you, look at the red flags, look at the signs, but you guys didn't want to listen. You so much yearn to white proximity that it makes you turn a blind eye to all the insults that these people were showing your people. We all remember when they called one of the countries in South America, Puerto Rico, a floating pile of garbage. Well, remember that. If you are actually someone with common sense, you would actually think about it, because that should show you that they don't care about you. They only wanted your votes, That is all they cared about. They went ahead and actually started calling all your people, illegal criminals, and they were campaigning to the top of their voices. We all know the Orange Man ran a campaign of making America great again, and this great America, he said he was going to do mass deportation from day one. What did you think? Did you think that you are not going to be affected? Because we all know that the largest group of illegal immigrants in the United States is Latinos. As much as we have other people from other countries, but Latinos are the largest illegal immigrants, in the United States. And for those Latinos that actually voted against their community, we all know that they all have a member of the family who came into the country illegally. We all know that. And if you don't have, maybe your parents did, maybe your grandparents did. That is why you are there. Not, excluding the fact that we have some Latinos who actually come in the United States the right way, but the majority of Latinos actually who come to the United States, they came as illegal immigrants. We all remember you guys actually went ahead and composed a whole song, dedicated to the Orange Man. How delusional can you be for a man who actually was campaigning on making America great again, an America that is free of illegal immigrants? And who are the illegal immigrants? Them Latinos. Well, you effed around. Now you're finding out. Don't be coming out here calling black folks, because black folks didn't do this to you. Why are you not calling out the Orange Man and his administration? Why are you not calling out your influencers who are not talking about this? Why are you not calling out, them Latinos in your communities who actually voted for this, them with the citizenship? You should be calling out them actually to come to the streets and protest with you and fight this battle with you guys. Because when you come here and start looking at black folks, after black folks actually tried to help you back in November, and start calling them out for not standing with you guys in the streets, well, that shows you how inconsiderate you are, because you think you are entitled to black folks helping you all the time. They try to do that. This is not their fight. This is your fight. It is your time for you to actually, take responsibility for your mistakes and go to the streets and fight your battles. Stop dragging black people, with you. Stop dragging Democrats with you. Democrats might be silent right now. They're silent because they try to help you and you did not want to be helped. What do you want them to do? Because they gave you a good candidate, but you did not actually support the candidate. You could have had a different story from this, but this is what you wanted. This is what you get. You F around, you find out. Let me know in the comment section, guys. What do you think about today's episode? Keep the conversation going there. I'm your presenter, Joel Mugisha. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing and like this video to keep the algorithm happy. And as always, see you on the next episode.